Warning: Tsukihime is an adult visual novel with themes and depictions of sex, sexual violence, rape, gore, and abuse. Warnings will be placed before any of these pop up in the video. Just be advised that these themes are in the story.
Hello, and welcome back to Tsukihime. Last time, after being stuck in bed for a while, Shiki did two things. The first was attempting to break through Kohaku's emotional mask. He realized how much he likes her, and how much it hurts him to see her hide her pain. This resulted in Akiha seeing them in an embrace, which means she's probably not happy. The other thing he did was attempt to find his brother Shiki and kill him. This did not go to plan, as walking the commercial district at night isn't the best way to find a killer. He then hid in an alley, specifically the one where murders occurred in his dreams. He had hoped to catch him by surprise, but the only one he ended up catching off guard was Akiha. Both siblings were shocked to see the other out so late, but after communicating that they shared the same goal, they went back home together for the night. It is now October 30th, a Saturday, and we now enter Chapter 10, Locks of Hair. We open in a black field, a memory from Shiki's childhood. He does not see anyone around, but the familiar place is one he used to play in. He mentions that his family avoids the daytime due to an aversion to people. As he leaves the area, he notices unknown people in the distance.
So this is just like any other day. I walk out of the garden alone into that forest, and I encounter those people I don't know. The black field is an even darker shade today. It isn't a natural darkness. It's as if it was being radiated from a dull lamp. The fresh carpeting of blood looks like wild berries. It is awfully hot. As I take each breath, it feels like I'm bringing fire into my lungs. The heat is as intense as summer. Is that why? I keep hearing those reed warblers in the chilled air. The wild berries are strewn all over the field. In the middle, a single bright red eye. A stranger is standing in the field. It only has one eye. The eye shines with a red light. Looking like it's floating in empty air, its very existence screams abnormality. Its very existence screams abnormally. Since there is only one eye, its color doubles? Compared to that eye, the fresh blood seems like the chrome yellow of a far-off mountain. A scarlet deeper than red. A name for that has been passed down in the Narnia oral tradition. Crimson Red Vermilion. A name that points to an existence that has awakened to the non-human blood of its ancestors. It describes a person whose ego is subsumed by a transcendental self and loses all sanity. It is said that the red evil eye is a sign of being possessed. Like a mirage, something shimmers behind it. Laughing around aimlessly as if insane. It doesn't look like it's having any fun. With the reed warbler's cry, its body becomes hazy. It disappears as if eaten by the surrounding bush. A voice calls for me in the distance. I'm scared to be alone, so I should go towards the forest. Within the veil of trees, I hear sounds like they are having a festival. Crash! Crunch! Smash! Splat! Naniya Shiki walks toward the back of the forest. After passing through the field, I think back about the redness I saw earlier. How pitiful. When did it become so tired and hazy like that? It seemed incredibly strong, but at the same time, very fragile. After finding out that it doesn't have much longer to live, I continue towards the heart of the forest.
Waking up from his dream, Shiki is drenched in sweat. He relates his dream to watching a silent movie, before realizing that he only started having dreams when sleeping at the mansion. When he was at the Arimas, he never dreamed. After thinking more about it, he decides to stop and get ready for school.
I get up from bed, and then I get back down. Actually, my body doesn't move. Why can't I move? I clench my teeth and summon all my strength. The blood rushes to my head, causing dizziness, and I manage to lift my upper body. Hot. My body is on fire. Damn, this is worse than yesterday. Yesterday my body was just as heavy, but now just moving my arm is incredibly difficult. Damn! I see if I can lift my arm vertically. I finally lift it up. Just doing this expends all of my energy and takes me about a minute. What's going on? This is like a dead body. Or maybe like a robot without any power. Either way, I can't move. But still, my mind is sharp and I don't feel any pain. Kohaku-san! I start to call her, then stop. Yesterday I said those things while I embraced her. I don't know what Kohaku-san thought of that. I don't think she knows that I know about her and Hisui trading places, but it's still difficult for me to face her now. Hisui, Akiha, hey! I try to stay calm, but I stop. Speaking loudly brings another wave of dizziness crashing into me. Shouting requires muscle use, and that probably puts a strain on the blood to my body, or to my brain. Ah! I breathe shallowly. I breathe shallowly. I breathe shallowly. All I can do is just wait like this until Hisui comes to wake me. Shallowly. In the end, I take off from school today. When Hisui came to wake me, she immediately turned pale and called for Akiha. As soon as she heard, Akiha came running, and I guess neither Akiha nor Kohaku-san knew what to do because they called the doctor in to perform an examination. As usual, it came up with nothing. As expected, Akiha ordered me to rest in bed afterwards. The sun sinks below the horizon. Lying on my side, I gaze emptily out the window. Damn it! I knew I should have settled things with Shiki last night, especially now that I became like this. While I am like this, the number of victims will increase. No, even last night after I came back with Akiha, Shiki may have already sucked another person's blood. Was it the wrong decision? Last night, maybe I should have stayed in the alley waiting for Shiki no matter what Akiha said. I have to go tonight. I can't cry over the fact that I can't move. I have to stop Shiki as soon as possible. I have to save up all my strength until tonight so I can do that. Shiki-san, are you awake? Kohaku-san opens the door and walks in. Kohaku-san. Yes, it's been a whole day, hasn't it, Shiki-san? She closes the door with a smile. That's right. Yeah, that's right. I suddenly feel awkward and look away. I can't speak to her directly now. Not only am I worried too much about Shiki, but I also haven't figured out an excuse yet for my stupidity last night. Shiki-san? Why do you look so down? You really don't feel well? Huh. She looks into my face. No, that's not it, but... Blushing furiously, I somehow manage a calm response. This is bad. I said it would be difficult to meet her, but just seeing her face uplifts me. Since I could not see her for a whole day, just having her beside me makes me so happy. I forget about Shiki. Kohaku-san, I thought the IV was already done. All the same, I need to keep my distance from her. I broke my promise to Hisui and held her. I don't know what she thinks about what happened yesterday, but as for me, I finally realized how I feel. I have no clue what I'll do now if she's close to me. If there's nothing, please leave. If Akiha sees you, you'll be in trouble. I do have something. I thought that I would ask if you wanted anything special tonight to eat. To eat? Since I'm like this, I think something easily digestible would be best. Don't worry about such delicate matters, Shiki. The doctor said you could eat as you please. So tonight, I'll make you whatever you want to eat. I do have foods I like, but I think right now nutrition is more important than taste. I see. Something really nutritious. I have to get as much power as possible to stop Shiki tonight. Huh? Stop yourself, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san confusedly tilts her head. Crap. I let that slip without even thinking about it. Wait a minute. She has to know about Shiki. When Akiha was drinking Kohaku-san's blood, they were discussing Shiki. Even Hisui knew I was adopted. Then there's no way Kohaku-san does not know about Shiki. I see. You know about it. Do I know what? That I was adopted, and that Akiha has a killer brother called Shiki. Her smile freezes. I see. Shiki-san, you found out about it. But that's just for an instant. Kohaku-san's act of Hisui from the past doesn't crumble. But Shiki-sama is no longer in this world. You are the only eldest son of the Tono family now. I think it's best you to forget about it. She keeps smiling. That same smile she had when discussing the evening menu. I want to forget, but I can't. I can't forgive what the Tono blood did. My old man, he turned you into nothing more than a smiling doll. And I can't leave Shiki alone. As long as he is being a vampire, I can't ever be Akiha's brother. I can't give that girl back her ribbon either. This is the only thing I can do. I don't know how to save this person or erase the sin of Tono Makihisa. All I can do right now is to stop the killer Shiki and extinguish that Tono blood. I want to do this with my own hands. I can't leave him alone, but more than that, I want to help you, Kohaku-san. Idiot. I keep saying these stupid things. Thinking selfishly, thinking that I can save Kohaku by doing that. Such selfish things. What am I saying? Anyway, this is a problem of the Tono family, so I will end it. There is no need for you or Hisui to worry. Kohaku-san doesn't say anything. Her smile also ceases. Kohaku-san? Did I say something wrong? No. Oh no. Do you really mean that? Huh? What does she mean? Shiki-san, you know that Akiha-sama leaves the mansion every night. Yeah. It's her responsibility as head of the Tono family to look for Shiki. I told her to stop, but she doesn't listen. I don't believe it. You didn't hear from Akiha-sama. Wait, Kohaku-san, hear what? Kohaku-san doesn't answer, but she isn't acting normal. Even someone thick-headed like me can tell. Thump. My pulse starts to increase. Akiha-sama is lying to you, Shiki-san. Shiki-sama was not exactly a blood-sucking demon. It's the body warmth of others. Not the blood, but the heat. Thump, thump. My pulse goes crazy. The combination of those facts and her serious eyes make me imagine something bad. Wait. Please, just wait. That is, unconsciously, something I avoided thinking about. Please wait. It's okay, you don't have to say anything. Shiki-san, the one known as Tono Shiki is no longer in this world. Certainly, Shiki-sama was a blood-sucking demon and killed people on the streets, but that is all over. 5 days ago, by Akiha-sama's hand, Shiki-sama was exterminated. That dream of the killer being killed by Akiha, that wasn't what I saw. It was what Shiki was watching in his final moments. The Shiki that killed people and drank their blood is no longer alive. Oh, wait, no. The Shiki that killed people and drank their blood is no longer alive. So that means that all the recent incidents, that they are all... Shiki is no longer alive. Long gone. The only one that is left. Leaving every night to walk the streets. The blood-sucking demon named Tono Akiha. No fucking way. Shiki-san? Ignoring her voice, I fly out the room. Running. My body is engulfed in pain, but that doesn't matter. I don't think about anything. I don't want to think about anything. Until I hear the truth from Akiha's mouth, nothing matters. Running. Running towards her room at the east side of the mansion. Breathing wildly, I open her heavy double door without knocking. FBI, open up. I look around the room. Akiha elegantly gets up from her chair as soon as she sees me. What is it, Nissan? Entering without knocking is pretty rude, you know. I catch my breath as I stare at her. No, I'm definitely glaring at her without realizing it. Akiha senses the emotion in my look. Nissan? Did something happen? I take one more deep breath and calm my breathing. Suppressing the pulse in my chest, I glare as I speak. Akiha? What is the meaning of this? Her face tightens. With just those words, she probably figured out what I was going to say. After staring at me wordlessly, she walks casually over to the windowsill. Oh, are we going to get that image again? The deep sky. The red rays of sun glaring through the sky into the room. Like 3 days ago, she turns her back to the crimson sky. Oh, it's the same one. It's the same thing. This fucking smug-ass smile. This is an amazing picture. I'm not sure what you mean, Nissan. Could you be a little more specific? Dizziness assails me. Is it just a trick of the eyes? I thought I saw something hazy around her. Danger fills the air. It must be the fault of that glowing sky behind her. Akiha's hair looks like crimson and my whole body creaks. Nissan, if you don't say anything, I can't help. Or will you go back to your room and pretend nothing happened? Akiha giggles. With that, I understand she was really deceiving me all along. Akiha, Why? You already know why I killed Shiki. I am the head of the Tono family. It is my responsibility to exterminate those that become controlled by the Tono blood. What I did was by consensus of the family, and even you wanted to kill him. The hairs on my body stand on end. What is this? Who is this person in front of me? Who is this that takes away my breath through sheer pressure? No, that's not what I meant. Oh? Well then, there's no problem. Killing someone who isn't human isn't a sin, right? It is just like killing a dog that attacks people. It is on the same level. I said that it's not about that. What I wanted to say is, why did you hide it from me? Ah, that. It's boring, asking me such an obvious question. Hey, Nissan, asking something you know the answer to is not a question, but a confirmation. If that's the case, I can only nod. The air around her shimmers. The curtains waver like a mirage. Her long hair illuminated red by the setting sun. Creak. My body screams at me to kill her. You killed Shiki 5 days ago. Yes, Akiha nods. 5 days ago, that night when she collapsed, hugging me while she was crying, trying to hold something back. Then the recent vampire incidents aren't the work of Shiki. They are all your doing. Yes, Akiha nods. The detached building in the forest, where Akiha was sucking Kohaku-san's blood. At that time, Shiki was already gone, and Akiha was still committing those acts. Kohaku-san even asked why Akiha wasn't satisfied with just her blood. Why? Shiki was... But you don't seem strange. Yes, I am not like Shiki. It's obvious because I'm drinking Kohaku's blood, so I don't become like him. Then, why aren't you satisfied with just her blood? You said it yourself, so why? Why are you doing the same things as Shiki? It is the influence of Shiki. This is my failure, Nissan. My power is not something that excludes anything or destroys. It is the power to plunder. I stole Shiki's life from him. But at the same time, it seems I also took in something not good. Huh? Something not good? Something that wasn't in her before. Something that's in her now. That's... How do I put this? Ever since I killed Shiki, I have become unable to suppress my emotions any longer. I become unusually strong-minded, and my lust takes shape when I normally would have just kept it inside. So I guess I just became honest with the desires I held back for so long. I needed Kohaku's blood to maintain my body, but I was getting bored of that taste since I had been drinking it for a few years. Yes, you probably will not understand, but the first time I tasted the blood of someone other than Kohaku, it was simply amazing. It was so delicious I thought I would go insane. She smiles from the bottom of her heart. The wavering mirage. The only time I sensed this danger was when No, that was Shiki. When Shiki was killed in that dream. Akiha, you... Don't look at me like that. I only stole their blood. Shiki took their lives as well, so you should not look at me like that, Nissan. Only their blood. Akiha is neither defiant nor remorseful. She just smiles as she looks at me and speaks as if it was a matter of course. I can hardly breathe. Akiha is enjoying this. I came to confront her, but it seems like it's just killing her boredom. What is this? This is like a killer truly enjoying insanity. Stop messing around. Why, Akiha? There's something wrong with you. Somehow warding off her gaze, I take a step closer. Ah, it must have worked because she swallows her words. Oh, you must know too. What you're saying isn't right. I take another step. After looking away peevishly, she bites her lip and glares at me. There's nothing wrong. I drink the blood of other people only for your sake. Huh? My legs stop. After she strongly bites her lip, she relaxes. I already told you. You were killed by Shiki 8 years ago. You are not of the mixed blood of the Tono family, but you are just a normal person. You do not have any power to live after Shiki stole your life from you. But I could not allow that. You were killed protecting me, so I was the one that should have died. I was saved by your bloody body. You were already dead, but you still protected me. I do not remember everything that happened afterwards clearly, but I just remember thinking only that it would have been better if I died instead of you. That wish was granted. See, it's like what happens in a fairy tale. Like giving your blood to dead birds and dogs so that they can live again. Did she give him her blood? Oh no. My power is really the opposite, but I guess I put a curse on you. You miraculously recovered, and ever since that day I have carried a load. Come to think of it, it was only natural. It is because I shared half of my life with you, Nissan. Everything goes black. So I am alive because of Akiha, and at the same time, because of that, Akiha has to live with that terminal illness. Akiha, the time you had that fit, it was all my fault. Yes, as long as I keep you alive, I have to use the power of the Tono blood. If I do that, my human blood becomes thinned. If it becomes too weak, I will become something less than human, just like Shiki. To prevent that, I have to only use the minimum of my powers. But if I do that, I can only maintain your life, and I can't support my own body. As a result, those fits occur. Sensing the danger, my body tells me to stop providing you with energy, or just become one with the Tono blood. It is only thanks to Kohaku that I have been able to resist it this long. As a synchronizer, she can strengthen one's will. I regularly drink her blood to strengthen the human part of Tono Akiha. Before I realize it, my whole body staggers. Akiha's sucking of blood. It's completely my fault. As long as I am alive, Akiha has to live as the Tono. But I thought if I killed Shiki, it would be resolved. If Shiki died, then he would no longer be able to steal your life. Ah, that's right. If Shiki is no longer alive, then I could have my life to myself, so I wouldn't be anemic anymore. But it really is funny. If anyone other than me had killed Shiki, then you would have been back to normal. Didn't I tell you? I stole everything from Shiki. I do not have the power to synchronize like Kohaku. What I stole, I cannot give to anyone else. She strangely gives me a heartfelt smile and pure self-deprecation. After killing Shiki, I felt a weight lifted from me. Those spasms I had every evening did not occur, and I felt great. I do not need to say why, do I? Because, in place of Shiki, I am now stealing your life. But I just took it, and I can't give it back to you, Nissan. Unlike Shiki, I do not have the ability to fuse. Yes, you were fused with Shiki. Certainly Shiki took away life from you, but it returned to you when he slept. But that is no longer the case. That is why you have trouble moving now. That is why I have to continue supplying you with energy more than before. For that reason, I need to accumulate energy from people's blood. After saying this, Akiha walks away from the glowing red window. Nissan, maybe I am just a blood-sucking demon, but it is all for your sake. Will you still not allow it? Not as Tono Shiki, but will you kill me as Nanaya Shiki? I don't know what to say. I do know I'm dropping a save. Drop it right here. Whatever she says, I'm Tono Shiki. I won't become what I don't even remember as a Nanaya. But my body is different. Just seeing Akiha causes all my strength in my body to coil like a spring. It's like it's trying to do something to the non-human Tono Akiha. No, it isn't about Tono or Nanaya. I just don't want you, as Akiha, to have to drink blood. I don't want you to be like Shiki. Nissan, I'm doing this for your sake. Don't you understand that? Even that time, I told you how I felt and you didn't even say anything. I told you that I loved you. So why do you look at another woman? Love? But that's like brother and sister. Yeah, that's kind of gross. Even if we are not connected by blood, we're still siblings. Don't say such stupid things. It is not stupid. Because we are siblings, I can't love you. Her voice echoes through the room. That may be the first time she's yelled like that. Akiha's shoulders rise and fall as she pants heavily and bites her lip regretfully. Akiha. Nissan, I don't care if I become no longer human. If that means you can live, then I don't care what happens. So please, look only at me. I was always waiting for you. Now that you came back, do not betray me. Her fingers tremble as she says this. She closes her mouth and waits my response. She wants me to only to look at her. I didn't think Akiha, with her pride, would ever actually say that. But that's wrong, Akiha. Without a doubt, she is dear to me. Akiha has saved me up until now, so I want to grant her wishes as much as I can. But still, she is my sister. I can't love her in any other way, because the one I think of the most isn't her. Akiha, I can't return your feelings. My special person is someone else. Akiha is calm, as if she knew from the start. She closes her eyes quietly and distances herself. Her footsteps. She walks to the window. The wind blows her long hair freely. Oh, but Nissan, you do not have a choice. Her eyes become glaciers. In that instant, my body collapses to the floor loudly. Breathe. I can't breathe. This is worse than anything before. I really can't breathe. My arms and legs won't move. How is it, Nissan? Returning to how it was 8 years ago? I can hear laughter. I somehow manage to look up. Her eyes are filled with pleasure as she looks at my deteriorating, fragile situation. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh no. I told you your body is alive because of me. Do you understand? I just have to think it and you will die. That is the life of Tono Shiki, Nissan. Her voice reaches my ear like a whisper. My heat cools down. I feel like I'm rapidly tumbling towards death. My senses start to drain away, and I'm scared that if I let my guard down, I will totally disappear. What she is saying is the truth. Akiha clutches my very heart in her hands right now. You're pretty strong-willed. I took enough energy away to cause you to pass out already. Her finger lowers. Her finger traces on my back. Ow! Her nail finds the scar on my back. Beautiful. The cuts I gave you are still there. That night, those marks she gave me when she was holding me and crying. So I will ask you once more, Nissan. I am the most important person to you, right? Her whispering voice next to my ear. My senses are just about completely gone. If I don't answer, I might die. Answer? I will not be gentle forever, you know. You've gotta be kidding me. Using her powers like this on me. I won't cave in. Jeez, you really are strong-willed, Nissan. Her finger pulls away. I understand. I will give you until tomorrow to think about it calmly. Akiha walks away from me and picks up something that looks like a receiver. Kohaku, come to my room. There is something I need you to carry. Her voice sounds happy. I can't think well. All I can understand is that Kohaku-san will be here soon. That's not good. Why did the screen stop? Oh. The door opens and Kohaku-san arrives. Shiki-san! I think she realizes I'm on the floor. She runs to me. Shiki-san! Hang in there! Shiki-san! My mind must be really messed up. Kohaku-san. She sounds so tense. I don't believe it. Akiha-sama, what have you done? Nothing. I just showed Nissan how things stand. It seemed he would not understand unless I told his body. But I can't just let him lie here all night. So can you take him to his room? He will be in that state at least until tomorrow night. Akiha turns away. It seems like she's going to her bedroom. That fiery aura swirls behind her back like a mirage. Shiki-san, can you stand? I can. That's what I meant to say, but I can't even do that. Kohaku-san lends me her shoulder. I hardly feel like I'm alive, let alone able to walk. The cable that lets the human Tono Shiki move around seems to have been cut. Looking at my vision in pieces, it seems I have gone out into the hallway.
Back in his bedroom, it is now nighttime. Shiki is breathing heavily as the clock ticks on. His heart races, but he can't move. He desperately fights for air. Though Akiha is pushing his body so powerfully, he thinks he could move his body through sheer willpower. Just a little. Despite everything being motionless, his heart is still roaring with excitement. When he remembers Akiha's red hair, his body reacts with the desire to kill her. However, he's still very much worried for his sister, and the power that is controlling her.
Did she absorb Shiki's madness? There has to be a reason for his insanity. and maybe Akiha consumed it without knowing it. If that is the case, it's just the same as Tonomaki Hisa, just kill, 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 kill. Shut up. I try to suppress my raging heart. Geez, what am I being so excited about? If I keep going through this cycle, won't I actually start to feel that way? Kill, 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 kill. My throat hurts. My body creaks. Don't you get it? I can't oppose her with this body. If you want to kill that, then shut up for a second. If you do, I will certainly destroy that demon without you telling me so. No. What? Like I would ever. Thump, 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 thump. The mad pounding continues. I faintly cycle between blankness and awareness, dream and reality. I can't last until tomorrow. If this keeps up, I'll go insane first. The sweat fades away from my drenched body. My roasting flesh begins to cool. The feeling of a soaked towel is on my forehead. My body is lifted, and a cup is placed against my lips. Well, the sensation of cold water flowing down my throat. I sense someone nearby. I realize that someone is taking care of me. Good evening. How are you feeling, Shiki-san? She speaks with her usual smile. Ah, Kohaku-san. I somehow managed to speak through my tattered breathing. Ah, you do not have to speak. I probably understand your condition better than you do. She removes the towel from my forehead, still smiling. Was that thing before just an illusion? Kohaku-san is acting normal. She keeps smiling and continuing her portrayal of Hisui. Am I gonna die here? Without her being able to take off that mask? Akiha-sama told me everything. She said that she would wait until tomorrow, but that may be too long. Akiha-sama seems to have lost her ability to think clearly. I don't think you'll be able to make it through the night like that, Shiki-san. Kohaku-san's words are unmercifully true. Shiki-san, you told me before. You said that you were numb to death. Is that still true? Are you still going to act against Akiha-sama hopelessly with a body like that? Kohaku-san? I'm surprised. Kohaku-san's voice, it's completely different from before. No way. I told you that I'm more attuned to death than most people, so I think I understand the situation I'm in. Without you telling me, I knew that surviving the night will be extremely difficult. Then you are not scared of death. If you accept Akiha-sama, then you will recover quickly, but you still do not. There is something wrong with you. Maybe, but I think it's okay. I like the me that acts like this, and I like Akiha for liking me as I am. Yes, and well, I enjoy small things like just being able to talk with you, Kohaku-san. But I feel like if I lie to myself, all these small things would lose their enjoyment, and I'm scared of that. I cough violently. Probably because I am forcing myself to talk to Kohaku-san, my body doesn't even allow me to do that properly. Shiki-san, why don't you tell Akiha-sama that you love her? She asks the same thing again, but this time it's a little different. Kohaku-san's voice seems somewhat sad. If you do as Akiha-sama says, then you'll live. Even if it's just lip service, you will die unless you do so. I don't know what you're thinking, but isn't it better just to return her feelings? Such a thing. If I could do that, I would have already done it. No. I do love Akiha, but only as my sister and nothing more. The one I like isn't Akiha, Kohaku-san. I don't want to lie to the one I love the most. I force the words through my ragged breathing. Tick. The second hand of the clock ticks in the short silence. Oh, Shiki-san, that's no good. You can't even do it just this once? Nope. If my body is not free, I'd like at least for my heart to be free. If I lie just once, then I'll have to continue lying. If I surround the lies with more lies, then it will all end up being empty. If that happens, I would... That girl had nowhere to run. Never be able to help the one I like the most. And I just look at Kohaku-san. She looks away without donning her smile again. That is pointless. Don't you pity Akiha-sama? Pity Akiha? Yes. Every night she walks the streets and drinks someone's blood. Akiha-sama is unable to make those from whom she sucks blood like herself in the manner Shiki-sama was. But she has the ability to steal from others. Akiha-sama knows this. She knows that sucking blood is making her less human, but she doesn't stop. She's only doing it to keep you alive. So, even though she knows it's transforming her into a blood-sucking demon, she continues it for your sake. Ah. Do you still refuse her, even when she does all that for you? These past 8 years, Akiha-sama has only waited for you. I can't answer that. In the first place, I'm dying because of Akiha, but I've only lived until now because of her efforts. I have a debt to her that is too large for me to ever repay. I can't say what is right and what is wrong, but I still have something I can't give up and I can't permit. So I know what I have to do. I see. Oh, I see. Akiha will go out and drink blood tonight again. I raise myself up. The pain runs through me like an electric shock. I manage to stand up while resisting the volume of pain. Well, Shiki-san, what are... No. I can't let Tono Akiha drink any more blood. I laboriously take a single step. Even though I may collapse at any moment, I continue forward. I can at least make it to Akiha's room. Please wait. Standing in my way, Kohaku-san appears before me. You say you'll stop Akiha-sama. Is that the blood of Nanaya speaking? That has nothing to do with it. I just want Akiha to be Akiha. That is what I, as Tono Shiki, really feel. You mustn't. Akiha-sama will not have any mercy on you. You realize it already. The Akiha-sama from before no longer exists. I know that. That shimmering mirage behind her. That thing is driving her away from being Akiha. The way Akiha is now, she will see me as completely useless if I don't accept her. Even still, I must stop her. I'm her brother, after all. Kohaku-san doesn't say anything. I push my way through to the desk. Inside is what I brought from the Arimas. Only a few things. I take my knife out of the drawer. And I see that which I haven't yet returned. Kohaku-san. Gripping the final remnants, I walk. Kohaku-san just stands there. This might be the end. So here. I hold out the white ribbon in my hand. It's a little late, but I'm giving it back. Sorry. You went through such trouble to give it to me, and I never even used it. I don't know if my feelings were able to come out through my words. And as gentle as I can, I place the ribbon of promise into her hand. The sound of gasping. She stands still like a doll, just staring in amazement at the ribbon in her hand. You knew, Shiki-san. Not right away. It was only just recently. I really should have realized it as soon as I came back. Yeah. I should have realized it after I returned to the mansion, and Kohaku-san said welcome back. Even still, she smiled when I asked if she was the one of the children who was here back then. I don't have the right, but thanks. I really was happy that you waited here for me. For 8 years. Those were the words I always wanted to say as Tono Shiki. Oh no. Tears. Her face is neither sad nor happy, but a single line flows down. I don't know what it means, but naturally, I hold her body close to mine. I can feel her warmth. My raging heart seems to become strangely calm from it. Kohaku-san, I'll stop Akiha so you get away with Hisui. And you don't have to come back. You've been locked away in this mansion for 10 years. You can be free and you don't have to force yourself to smile. Shiki-san, everything, you... Her lips mouth the word, new. I didn't want her to say those words, so I close her mouth with my own. It was really just an instant. Just a touch, a fleeting kiss, but unforgettable. I raise my head. I release her. In place of the doll-like Kohaku-san, I smile with all my heart. Well, it was really short, but living here with you was a lot of fun. Yeah, I really like you the best, Kohaku-san. Let's do this. The only thing left is to stop Akiha. No, stop. As I move to open the door, her voice rings out to me. No, Shiki-san, you can't stop Akiha-sama like that. Huh? I turn around. Shiki-san, you have to stop Akiha-sama. Kohaku-san stands there, not with a smile, but with a truly sad face. Kohaku-san, why? Why does she look like she's about to burst into tears? Shiki-san, did you really mean that? She looks directly at me. Her eyes implore me to confirm what I said about liking her. I nod. Kohaku-san shuffles over to me and holds my hand. How long were we like this? Kohaku-san doesn't say anything. After holding my hand like a child, she smiles once more and places my hand against her chest. If that's the case, then please make love to me.
Yep, Kohaku explains her and Hisui's original role at the mansion, to use their powers as synchronizers to assist in keeping the Tono Blood's power at bay by giving them a power-up. So, she can help Shiki if they have sex. Shiki is caught very off guard by her frankness and is a bit hesitant at first. When Kohaku asks if his words to her were a lie, he reiterates his love for her. She reciprocates his feelings vocally, but Shiki feels inside that the smile Kohaku has on is not genuine. With that, we're gonna gloss over this next part because they just be doing it. While we have this spot, I want to make a note that apparently, canonically, synchronizer powers only work with the opposite sex. The only way for their powers to actually work with the same sex is through blood, which she was doing with Akiha. I'm honestly surprised about this gatekeeping, but I guess the vampiric Yuri may be more fitting that way. I don't know. Another thing, so there's this intermission in this scene where after Shiki does the thing the first time, his body starts regaining its heat. And Kohaku comments that they really are compatible, so I guess that's another layer to the effectiveness of her abilities. But they have to take a break, because immediately going for round 2 is life-threatening. She then is about to get a change of clothes when Shiki stops her. Straightening her kimono, she moves away from the bed. She seems truly happy that I returned to normal. But I'm not happy at all. Please rest until I return with some new clothes. My powers will not work completely right away, so please just relax. Kohaku goes to leave the room. I can't resist seeing her smile like that. Kohaku-san, eh? I get up from bread and grab her hand. I don't say anything. I just hold her slender hand in mine. Huh? Is there something wrong, Shiki-san? I look down and grit my teeth. Her warmth flows through my hand. If I let her go, maybe it will never have been real. Is this gonna be a fucking choice in the middle of the sex scene? Even though I know that I'm betting my life by trying to stop Akiha, I only have now. I can only love her for real right now, so I don't want something like that. Don't go. Shiki-san? This won't work, Kohaku. It wasn't enough. Looking down and blushing furiously, I tell her what I feel. I'm sorry. I knew just once would not be enough to accept you. Forgive me for making you say that. Please, wait, I will do it again in an easier... Kohaku looks distraught. No, that's already done. My body is recovered. It isn't my body that hasn't had enough. It's my heart. Huh? Your heart? Kohaku's expression grows confused. Shiki-san, it didn't feel good? With a serious look, she asks me this unbelievable question. But now is not the time to be embarrassed. That's not it at all. It felt really good. I'm being completely honest. Shiki-san, you look so cute when you blush. Kohaku-san smiles happily. So, what wasn't enough? I don't understand what you're saying. Isn't it obvious? What we did couldn't be called making love. I didn't want to do it like that. I don't get it.
I think that was the best method for exchanging bodily fluids. And you have recovered, right? I said that's not it. When you said what we had to do, I was incredibly happy. I was so happy that I even forgot all about Akiha. I like you so much that I couldn't care about anything else. I don't care about synchronizing or anything like that. I just want to hold you. It did feel good, but I don't like that. It was only me. You didn't get to feel good, right? I don't have that much experience, but I want you to feel as good as I did. That's why it wasn't enough. I just want to show you how much I like you. This has nothing to do with synchronizing. I just want to be with you. I grip her hand tighter. She looks up at me in surprise. When you say it like that, there's a problem. I've never done that. Her face turns bright red as she says this. Her previously dry hand suddenly becomes wet. As close as I am, I can hear her heart pounding. I finally realize something. Until now, she's never slept with anyone out of love. Tono Makihisa looked at her only as a tool. Kohaku simply accepted that role too. I can't believe it. She was forced to do this almost every day, but she really didn't know the real meaning behind two people sleeping together. Kohaku-san, I want to see you naked. The fuck? No! What are you saying all of a sudden, Shiki-san? Her whole body turns red as she shouts. I see. I didn't really want to think of it this way, but what you did before was just an obligation. You're right. You can't get naked in front of someone you don't even like. She shifts her gaze away as she blushes deeply, or as her blush deepens. She looks impossibly cute as she mumbles something in response, fidgeting with the edge of her kimono. That's not true. My body is dirty, so I don't want to show you, Shiki-san. I don't think so. That's not true at all. Even if it was, I would still think you're beautiful. I pull her closer.
Alright, so then round 2 starts, but weirdly, a ways in, there's just no real background? Like, no CG, it's just a bluish-black gradient. Eventually, it gives way to more, but we're skipping all the way to the end now. Whee! Okay, I was gonna skip to the end, but I thought this was kind of funny.
Oh, wait, what happened? Whoa, they have scrolling CGs? I did not know you could do that. I got a full body spread in my video game? I thought that was just in comics.
Eventually, they finish, with Kohaku laying down on the bed and Shiki soon sleepily collapsing next to her.
I'm sleepy. I catch my breath next to her. My consciousness gets hazy. Kohaku's profile moves in rhythm with her breathing. And with just that, I feel relaxed. I lie on my back and stare at the ceiling blankly. I can't let myself fall asleep now as it'll all be a waste. I want to keep feeling her soft breath, and I resist the urge to sleep.
This brings the chapter to a close, with Kohaku and Shiki finally getting the chance to truly meet again since the day he left. We'll end the part here. The looming threat that is Akiha is still present despite this moment of bliss. So join me next time for Chapter 11, Naniya. Thank you for watching.